The thing that makes it really hard about doing this work is I know this is the root. This is it. I really believe that, you know, when people are in dis-ease, it affects, you name it, whatever it is, right? Mind body got you there, mind body's keeping you there, and mind body will get you out. And it's all about getting the right tools and the right information. And I really believe that 95% of the things that are out there can be healed with using the mind-body methods, right? But the thing that makes it so hard, it makes it annoying on my end, and I experienced this, is the continuous resistance and uphill battles that you will go through. It's constant. You're going in blind, right? You have to, in a way, and you know, for me, I didn't believe this shit. I'm like, how is this gonna, how is creating a neural pathway gonna help me with this symptom? Or, you know, or even looking at other people's success stories. He's a beautiful owl. He's got brown feathers. Oh my God, it's such an amazing place, and I'm feeling like so happy, right? So how does that get rid of all these diseases and symptoms and autoimmune issues and Lyme disease? How does that get rid of Lyme? Going, you know, thinking about an owl in the forest, or, you know, going fishing with your dad when you were 7 years old. How does that make any sense? And how does creating a neural pathway get rid of illness? How does that even, I'm like, how does creating a neural pathway erase and heal? Right? What happens to the old pathway? Is the sickness hidden in the brain? Is it just put away in a box? Right? And you get it like a restart? Go, no, what we'll do is we'll just ignore this illness and we'll create a new start. There you go. That's what I used to think it was. I didn't understand how this worked. But then I started to understand, okay, during this journey, going through all the bullshit, I started to see, you know, in the beginning, I didn't believe anything. I didn't understand. I don't know. I didn't know how this shit works. Sure, I'm sure I've read everything, because we all researched everything, but I've forgotten 90% of all the research that I did over the years, right? All the rabbit holes that I went down, all the different realities that I created in my life, right? The brainwashing. I became, in the middle of this brainwash, it became my reality, right? And many of you know what I'm talking about. How the fuck did I get free from that? I still think that, you know, I was guided. Either it was God, my guides, my higher self, maybe all of them guided me and started giving me little breadcrumbs to follow. And I had to make the mistakes. I had to go and try everything and try all the crazy protocols, make all the mistakes, try all the diets. Some of them helped. Some of them were great to manage my symptoms. I had to do the fasting, take all the supplements, spend a ton of money, go to the functional medicine doctors and try all their bullshit protocols that were expensive and made things worse, right? Western medicine. You guys know what I'm talking about. All the money and energy, beliefs, right? And the more you try, the worse it gets. Nothing fucking budges, right? The needle doesn't, it goes backwards, right? It goes backwards a bit, so you just kind of like, just hold on. Let's just hold on to this. Just keep the needle there. Fuck it. We don't have to move forward. Just leave it there. Just don't get worse. So we've been exhausted with all this shit. Like the first stepping stones of, you know, trying to heal yourself. You go out there, you're pretty convinced, you're pretty confident. Yo, I just got to take this magnesium. I just got to heal my gut, right? Because I got leaky gut. The SIBO, the candida fucked me. That's what it is, right? I think most of this stuff, honestly, I think it's more misinformation that's been coming from the same places, right, that we're running from. It's like we run away from Western medicine because it just manages, or it's made us worse. We're running away from the dark side, and we're going to go to the good side, which is functional medicine, holistic, right, with the supplements. But sometimes I think that the dark side owns that too, and it's just a It's just a way to get you to run from one evil to another evil. And it's all the same monster. So we're fucking exhausted. And then you got this, you finally decide to go down one more rabbit hole, right? You got all these other rabbit holes that you got your toes in, your fingers in. You're like, okay, I'm trying all these things, but what's this over here? What is this, like neuroplasticity, brain retraining, right? What's this alarm system reset? This is all my TMS. What's Dr. Sarnos, right? Howard Schubiner. Who's that guy? What's this? What's going on here? Look at all these success stories everywhere. Oh my goodness, this is like, why doesn't the news talk about this? Why don't we know about this stuff? Why aren't we? So I don't know if I believe that. So you're already exhausted with all this many years of research, trying to figure out. You've been dealing with these constant symptoms. It's been ruining your life. Right? You can't live your life fully. You can't do the things you used to do. It's not fair. I want to go on vacation. I want to go, build my life and have that big house by the lake. But I can't even go to the store. What the fuck? And so you got that, and you're trying to you're desperate, and you've done some crazy shit. Because when you're in this situation, you're willing to do anything. And I'm one of those guys. I've done some stupid shit, but I didn't care. I knew it looked stupid. Actually, the more stupid it was, the more hope it gave me, because it was that extreme. I'm like, this got to be the answer. Why don't I, like, for example, I went on a cabbage juice protocol where you make cabbage juice, you grow the bacteria, and you drink it constantly. Oh man, she was on Dr. Phil, the lady that created this protocol. I don't know. I was so desperate I tried it. I'm like, it makes sense. Yeah, fucking right, man. It's the biome. Right, you get some bacteria in there. Oh fuck! Some of these other you're gonna shake your head. It's embarrassing, but it's good that I talk about it, because it shows you how fucking extreme I went, how desperate I was. I did everybody did most people did the coffee enemas. Some people are like, coffee? How is that normal? That's fucked up. You put coffee up your ass? Yeah, because apparently you're trying to support the liver. So then all these toxins come out, and then you can finally be symptom-free, when actually it made things worse. Another thing I did is I would get meat, I'd put it in a jar, and I'd let it rot on purpose. This is a protocol I did. And because I wanted it to create bacteria, because I followed a few people, because I thought I had a bunch of gut issues, with my biome. So I went down the rabbit holes of everything gut related, right? I thought, well, I need a fecal transplant, right? So I went to my specialist, and he's like, sorry, we're not doing the trials anymore. So I'm like, fuck, I need to get maybe I can do a DIY fecal transplant. Maybe somebody in my family, they can take their shit, put it up my ass, and then it will repopulate my biome, and my gut issues will go away, because you hear the stories, right? But then I heard this other guy. He was like, all I did was I went on a meat diet, carnivore diet, and I'm, thriving. So I tried that. It helped. It did some stuff, but it wasn't enough. I'm like, I feel like 70% better, but it's, I did the fasting and all that shit. But then I saw this guy who started eating raw meat. I'm like, oh, that's what it makes sense. We're thousands of years, humans they were eating raw meat. I'm going to try this. And then he's like, oh, and I also, not only do I eat raw meat, I take some meat and I ferment it. I let it rot. I ferment it. Right? I have this little jar, and it looked really legit. He had this jar. He's like, this jar's got liver in it. It's been there for a month and a half. And this jar over here, I got here, and I'll show you. See, blah blah blah. It tastes amazing. It tastes like chocolate. It tastes like coffee and chocolate. And he'd eat it. He'd be like, and this guy was ripped, right? I'm like, damn, this guy's. Plus he was fasting. He was doing all the things that everybody's reading about and doing. But he added in fermented meat. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try this shit. So I tried it. I let it rot. I open it up. There's fucking, I don't know, like mold, fungus, some crazy shit in there. And Man, I thought I was like a genius. I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing things nobody's doing. Yeah, right? This is, yeah, it's extreme. You guys, because everybody else is stupid. I know it. Well, look at this. And I would tell people, oh yeah, I eat fermented rotten. Oh my God, it's rotten? Dude, you could die. I'm like, actually, no, that's all conspiracy. It's all bullshit. I used to drink raw milk, which was fine, actually. Raw milk it's amazing. Good shit. But some things I went extreme with. So I did everything that I read was saying, there's nothing wrong with eating raw meat that's been rotten. People have been doing it for thousands of years. I'm like, maybe so. Maybe this is true, right? But this wasn't the answer. Wasn't the reason why I was dealing with so much shit. Anyway, to finish my story about the rotten meat. So I ate the rotten meat, and I felt fucking high. I felt like I was fucking super happy and high, and then it gave me a gut flare. Within a couple of hours, I had bloody stools because it triggered a stress response. Because it literally, the bacteria that I was growing in this jar, right? I ingested it and it bombed my gut. It was like a warfare of bacteria, which now I see it makes so much sense. You can't just inject bacteria in your gut and go, yeah, the more the merrier. And it happened again down the road when I thought the more the merrier. I bought this rare probiotic in the States. It comes in this container that has ice packs in it. And it has, I don't remember how many billions of units of bacteria. It was the most that you can get anywhere. More than it's not even allowed in Canada. And then I tried that. Same thing. I had a big flare, and actually it triggered my perfect storm. Because it was, and I remember all of a sudden I started having gas and farting, and all of a sudden all my symptoms started to come up. That was the last drop, right? That made my bucket overflow. That was the last drop of my baseline. Was already at 900, right? When I dropped that bomb, that Hiroshima gut fucking probiotic bomb, it went off in my gut, and that brought my baseline up to 1,000, and it hardwired it there. It's like, that's it. You got food sensitivities. That's it. You're fucked. You can only eat 2.5 foods. So that was rice and beef and apples. And then I had all these symptoms come on. Like, throughout my life, my bucket was just, in the danger zone, but I was able to live life, right? I had a couple of perfect storms here and there that were maybe added up to 20 symptoms, the most, but not like this. This is where everything accumulatively in my life added up. And it went off like a bomb. 70 plus symptoms all at once, like a light switch. Ding. Oh, here's another thing I did. I did many things. The usual things that you guys did, of course. That's the regular crazy shit. Went down these rabbit holes, Facebook groups, did all the protocols, bought every fucking supplement that you could buy, even ones that are rare and hard to get. Like, I did all that shit. Okay, yeah. Tried to heal the gut. Right, yeah. Did all the protocols, all the fucking made shit worse. But I did some extra nasty shit. I remember reading somewhere that people were using pine oil, a special pine oil from a special tree, right? When you take it in, it healed many people, and it was used by the slaves 200 years ago. And there's like old, books where they'd have like these black and white cartoon sketchings, right? Before Big Pharma started to take things over, there was a lot of propaganda. Things changed, right? Cannabis was illegal all of a sudden, even though it helped a lot of people with certain things. But then I read about this pine oil stuff, and I went down that rabbit hole. And pine oil is very close to turpentine, paint thinner. So I bought this special jar. It was like $100 for this little jar of pine oil. And I started to ingest that. And fuck, I'm happy that something told me Okay, you tried it once, and I only did like a little drop, and I felt fucked for like an hour. I thought I was gonna die, because it's poison. It's literally poison. And I went down these little groups and rabbit holes saying, yeah, no, you got to take this amount. You got to put it with sugar cubes, because you got to draw out the candida, and this is it's like a Trojan horse, and it goes in there and it obliterates it, and then the symptoms go away and you feel good. You go through a transformation, you feel amazing. Trust me, this is and thousands of people are talking about it. And when you're so desperate, you're easily sucked into this shit. And I'm grateful that I stopped it. After I recovered, I went and looked for it, and I fucking threw it on the grass. I'm like, I can't believe. I hear some stories of people doing some crazy shit, like ingesting gasoline. Man! So anyway, and I'm not the only crazy one. There's a lot of people doing crazy shit. But I understand, because we're desperate. We need change. So usually desperate measures make sense all of a sudden. Nothing's off the table, really. So the point is, I've been there, I've tried it, I did some crazy shit, right? And I mostly, I go down one more rabbit hole. And this is like the brain retraining neuroplasticity thing. And I'm like, okay, how does this make sense? I didn't really understand it. I didn't believe it. But I started doing it. I started seeing results physically. And, brain retraining, TMS, neuroplasticity, honestly, I think these are all stepping stones to something bigger, right? They all have their own limits, right? Even ERP, therapy, all these things, when you put them together, right? Plus you make mistakes. You become your own guinea pig like me, right? And you experiment. Then you have something that's so much bigger. It's not, you can't just say, well, I'm in the brain retraining camp, because that's limited. I do TMS, very limited. I think it needs an update, right? I think there's a lot of things in TMS that needs to have an update, because it's very limited, and some people don't feel like they don't qualify when they do, because it's all mind body, right? Brain retraining is too much emphasis on creating neural pathways when I don't think it's important. Sure, you want to learn about it, great, but let it go. The brain knows how to create neural pathways. You don't have to micromanage your body. You don't have to micromanage your brain, or to see, oh, did you create a neural pathway? Redirect. Stop. Redirect. I hope that old neural pathway is dissolving. I hope it's getting, okay, the new neural pathway, I hope I'm creating the highway. Okay, if I can visualize a new neural pathway, it should be growing. And I hope eventually my brain's going to use that highway, and then I'll start to feel better. So, okay, brain, redirect, distract, redirect, catch the old thoughts, stop it, redirect. When you do that, you create a new neural pathway. So there's too much emphasis on building neural pathways. You don't do it, the brain does it. Right? There's too much micromanaging our body, our liver, our biome, right? Our neural pathways. Right? The way I see it, the more you try to focus on that shit, you're never gonna, you're just chasing symptoms. You're just chasing your body and trying to micromanage it, and you'll never get anywhere. What I say is, introduce a program, right? A program out of dis-ease into ease, rest and digest, right? Bring down that baseline back to standby. Bring down that baseline back to standby. This is the symbol for standby. I don't know why, but I swallowed a fly. This is what I call standby. Bring it down back to zero, right? And empty these allostatic loads, right? This is where the around here is where the threshold is, and where people start to notice symptoms manifest. But we want to get down to maybe here, right? Maybe Christmas year at this point, right? When you're here, you're pulling 747s. You've been pulling 747s for years, and it's body keeps the score. Something's got to give. The body starts to get sloshy, right? It starts to buffer. It starts to work slow. It's like right? You're getting bad fucking Wi-Fi. Your internet connection is slow. You got too much space taken up in your brain, right? It's not working efficiently. It's like when you have too many pictures of your cats in your phone, you got to delete a shitload so that it can start working again. So it's not so fucking slow and sluggish, right? So all this sluggish shit, the body keeps a score. Something's got to give and the symptoms manifest, right? Thousands of different symptoms are out there. Put it under the umbrella of mind-body. And not only does, do things manifest, something's got to give, right? There's a second part to it. The brain also uses symptoms as a way to get your attention to perceive danger. So it's an alarm system, right? Because it thinks there's 70 ligers on your back because all the years of bullshit that you've been going through, you've been telling the brain that we're in danger. So it's running a survival program, and you're sitting at 1,000 because of all the ligers that have been in your life over the years. The brain has seen it, right? And it's only there to support you and to keep you alive. So it has to activate an alarm state, and it hardwires that in, especially if you've been in that state for years. For me, I'd say 30 years. 10 of those years was a hardcore alarm state. So the brain puts you there because if you're in an alarm state, there's more chances that you will survive. It's all about survival. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's all about survival. It just is what it is, right? So when you're in that state for so long, something's got to give you, symptoms manifest. And also, the brain sends alarms in the form of symptoms. So our goal, right, when we do the work, when we do the steps, when you do the program, and I know that sometimes the word steps and program, that can be a dirty word, right, in the TMS field. As soon as you hear, oh no, program, no, you don't need steps, oh my God, no, that's stupid, no. And the thing was with them, I think they're limited. They need an update. That's just what I've noticed because I've experienced this. I know 1,000%. We do deal with baselines. We do deal with allostatic loads that don't go away unless you work on them, right? Because they're there for a reason. They're there to protect you. It's a survival mechanism. It's a survival programming. It's an alarm system that is doing its job, and you just got to update the fire alarm panel. Like, all right. Floppy disk, boom, boom. Zone C is safe, we're good. All right. So the alarm system updates itself. But you can't just, live life without updating your alarm system. Because it's still going to send symptoms to get your attention to the perceived danger, right? It's still going to send you alarms. So it's your job to update the alarm system and turn off alarms. Right? That's your only job. You don't have to micromanage your brain, your kidney, your liver, nothing. All you got to do is introduce this new program of rest and digest and ease. Right? While you still feel the old program. The old program's still there. Right? You're going to feel like shit. It's going to get worse. Right? But you need to allow that old program to do its thing while you introduce the new one. And that's the challenge when it comes to doing the work and when it comes to teaching this stuff. Because it's like, okay, I know where you are, I know what you're dealing with, and you want to get to there. You want to be free and live your life and be healthy and thrive and have no limits and get your life back. I get that. That's where I am now. Not only am I recovered, but I'm thriving. Right? And some people are like, I can't even, I'm good enough at being recovered. Thriving? How is that even, I can't even, well, we'll get you there. But the thing is, the problem that I have with this is the journey is relentless. Right? From here to here. Right? It's a constant uphill battle. And for some people, for all you that have gone through all the years of trying protocols and supplements and looking for answers and nothing's happening, the time's ticking. You've lost all hope. You're exhausted. but you're willing to try one more thing that you don't really understand, but you see the evidence, you see the success stories, right? And you're kind of like, okay, the success stories are there, but I don't know if I believe this because I've been brainwashed all these years, and my brain is sending me these doubts, which it's supposed to, because it's a way for you to investigate for danger. It's smart the way it does that. What makes it hard is that you go down one more rabbit hole, and it's the mind-body space, and you're going to learn these methods to fully recover. But it's the answer. It's the cure. This is it. But this is going to take 1,000% commitment. And that's the thing. People are tired. They don't want to go, well, I don't even know if I believe in this shit. And you want me to go in with blind faith? Like, I don't know, man. So if I do this, I'll get rid of symptoms? No. Symptoms will leave as a consequence when you become indifferent and bring down your baseline, turn off the alarms, empty your allostatic loads. So people get kind of confused. They're like, well, I don't know if I want to do that. It doesn't make sense. And you said, what? Things are going to get worse? Well, I don't like that, the sound of that. Right? So there's all these things that are involved in this journey that make it really unattractive, that make it really seem like it's bullshit or too hard. Yes, it's hard. It's the fucking hardest thing I ever did. But hold on. As long as you do the work, your brain will have no choice but to change. As long as you stay on track, the brain will have no choice but to change, and you will recover. Right? And the thing is, this is the ultimate test. This is the ultimate journey. You will earn your recovery. You will defy gravity. Right? You will become an Olympian. Things will get worse before they get better. And and people are like, so I'm supposed to believe and trust to keep going. And you know what this does? It forces you, the fear forces you to stay on the path. But it also forces you, right? This relentless shit that you're going to go through, it forces you to dig deep. You're going to be going through an awakening. So this nightmare is necessary so that you're forced to dig deep and to awaken. It's a gift. It's a necessary struggle. It's a necessary hell that you need to walk through in flip-flops through the magma, up a mountain, right? For me, it was three years. And the thing is, it was all necessary to go through. I had my doubts. I had to, believe. I had to tap into my inner faith, because everything around me, my 3D world was lying to me. Smokes and mirrors, everything was lying to me. My physical symptoms were lying to me. Everything was lying to me. And I had nothing to hold on to except myself. And that guided me over the invisible bridge. That was the lighthouse that was guiding me when I was lost at sea. And the only way you get to there is when you really fall hard on yourself and you really have nothing. That's when you're forced to start from the bottom, from scratch, and pick yourself up. And not only just pick yourself up, but go on this journey second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour. You know where this is going, right? Day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, relentlessly, every 2 seconds, you got to stay on this fucking path going uphill. But as long as you do, you're going to fall, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to fail many times. You need to fail. That's another thing. As long as you do, the brain will have no choice but to change. As long as you have patience and you stick to this. For me, it took me 3 years. You're going to learn all kinds of things about yourself, about your reality. You're going to get in tune with your higher self, with your faith. It's a gift. It's an awakening. But you need to earn it. You need to learn it. You need to go through it. Right? And that's the problem. Because for me, I was dealing with things in the beginning, of course. When we arrive and we're going to start doing the work, you're at your shit show worst, right? You're in the perfect storm. But then I tell you, okay, I know you feel the worst you've ever felt in your life. This is a fucking, I know this is a nightmare, but it's going to get worse. And people are like, no, I don't want to. Yeah, it's going to get worse, right? And then when you hit the 8th-month mark, it's going to get even worse. No, I don't want to hear that. Yes. But you'll be ready when that happens. Because you'll be more resilient. Because that's what this is all about. And then at the 8th-month mark, a year and a half into it, you think you should be feeling better. No. Sure, some symptoms have went away. You see evidence. You see things are going away. You see that you're recovering. You see the evidence. It's there. But you still feel like shit. You have spikes, you have setbacks, right? It's now, your journey is morphing and changing because there's different stages to this journey, right? You're graduating from stage 1 to stage 2. It's a new box of bullshit. New obstacles, new symptoms pop up, old symptoms return. It's a different level of hell that you need to go through, right? You got first stage, second stage, right? Like you graduate there, like, oh my god, this is so nice, but holy fuck, oh my god, I gotta, right? Then you go to the 3rd stage, right? You're gonna have symptoms at the first year, year and a half, 2 years, 2 years even. When you think everything should be fucking great, you think you should be riding the gravy train, and symptoms should be gone. No. For me, I had symptoms right up to the 2.5-year mark. But I had gaps where I saw the freedom, where symptoms went away. Right? My OCD looping thoughts skyrocketed at the 8th-month mark. And they held on until 2.5 years mark. Right? And then I finally recovered at 3 years. But before that, even a couple weeks before that, my spikes were so intense. Spikes alone, call them spikes, setbacks, ebbs, right? They're a concentrated alarm that happens that you need to go through in order to move forward in leaps and bounds, right? And when you do the methods, when you get them, it's magic. But it doesn't feel like magic. It feels like a magic hell. So the problem is when you're trying to tell people, that's the way, here's the key, here's the box, open up the box, take out the key, open the door, start walking that journey. People think, oh my god, I got the key, here we go, I'm learning the methods, here we go, I open the door, right? When you open that door, you're opening the door to all the alarms that are there, they're screaming at you. And the more you move forward, the more you inch out, the more alarms you open up and recalibrate and expose yourself to. So it has to be a constant nightmare. It has to be hard. Right? You need that because those are the opportunities for you to use these symptoms and thoughts and feelings to update the alarm system, to turn off the alarms. Without them, you got nothing. You can't move anywhere. You're stuck. You're a sitting duck. So telling people, yeah, well, this is the way, and it's hard work. People don't like hearing that because of all the bullshit they went there. And I get it, I understand, but it's frustrating. It's frustrating for them. It's frustrating for me because I'm like, I know you can do it, and I know you're walking uphill in flip flops and magma. I know, but if you do it and stick to it, you will recover. You'll get your life back. I'm pretty confident that 95% of the people that are dealing with whatever symptoms can fully recover. And if not, the best case scenario will happen for your situation, where you can at least live life fully. Not just recover. We're not here to be at the state that you were before you got the perfect storm. No, we want you to restore and fully recover. So you keep going. And this is where it turns into a lifestyle. But telling people that it's going to be a lifestyle in the beginning, it's like, oh, no, God, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be dealing with visuals for that for more than a fucking hour, even an hour a day? No, I don't. And you're telling me I got to do this for 2 years, even if I feel better? Yeah, keep going. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is for me. Right? That's when it comes to the point where you give people the information and it becomes a choice if they want to be sick or not. How could you say that? Oh my God. Illness is not a choice. Well, if you know, then it is a choice. Because it's up to you to do the work. Right? Here's the key. Do you want to do the work? Do you want to get your life back? Are you willing to put the work in? Stay consistent every fucking day. Right? To get your life back and to recover. Because don't forget, 3 years, that's what it took for me, is fuck all. If you think about it. I've said this a couple times already. Just imagine all the years of bullshit that you've been through, all the curveballs that have been thrown at you, have put you in this programming, in the survival programming, right? Your baseline's at 1,000. Your allostatic loads are overflowing. You got alarms ringing everywhere. You know, you got there, not because it didn't just come from thin air, right? You didn't get sick because you got a pretty face. No. Life put you there. We didn't know how to regulate. We weren't given a handbook. That's fine. It's not our fault. Right? But now, we're able to learn how to regulate. But don't be so unrealistic when it comes to timelines with healing. Right? If you think about it, it's lightning speed fast. It's fucking super fast. Just think, 30 years of bullshit. Right? And I'm telling you, 3 years you can recover, give or take. That's amazing. That's fucking phenomenal. Right? Don't be disrespectful to your body and your brain. All the bullshit you put it through. And then you slap it in the face and you tell it, oh my God, 3 years? That's not enough. Come on, you can do better. Come on, hurry up and fucking heal. Come on, what the fuck are you doing? You're just fucking lazy? You're just not good enough. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, all the bullshit you put it through, being in these narcissistic relationships, all these medications you took, the heavy drinking, and all the cigarettes that you smoked throughout the years, the antibiotics, how many times were you on antibiotics, the surgeries, the toxic fucking work environments that you were in, the people that were assholes, all the friends that were shitheads to you, right? Just look back at all the shit that you went through, that your body was there for you. It took it all. It took all the punches. And you're still alive. So, give it a little respect. If it takes 3 years, fuck, that's amazing. Be grateful. Go, body, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you went through. I'm sorry you've had to take all the fucking bullshit that I put you through. But this is life. This is what it's all about. And you know what? I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to introduce a new program. And I'm going to give you a fucking break. But before we get to that break, we got to go through some hard work one last time. And there will be curveballs in our future. But I'm updating you so that you'll be able to handle those things with ease. Right? So you can have a meeting with your body and your mind and go, sorry. And your higher self even. Your guides are probably like, man, this guy's been through so much fucking shit. Man, we're fucking exhausted. We're finally got him on this path. Stay on the path. Don't fucking, please stay on the path. Please overcome this shit. You got a new purpose now. You can help other people. Stay on the path. If you want to respect your body and, you know, pay it back, do the work. Stick to it. Love it. I felt a little guilty. I was like, man, I was such an asshole all these years with dragging my body through all this shit. Fuck. I was so relentless. But that wasn't my fault. And look, my body's fucking still... Sure, I got a gut. I'm a little overweight. But other than that, man, it's been amazing. I'm so grateful and happy that it's been there to serve me and take me everywhere I want to go on demand. It's been a great service. And you know what? I'm very grateful for that. And this is where you can show love and appreciation to your body, your heart, your brain, your biome, your gut, your liver, Show it the love. And it'll serve you. Trust me, it's going to keep serving you with ease. And remember, this is a trifecta journey, right? It's the mind, it's the body, and it's your soul, your spirit, your higher self. You're tapping into consciousness, right? You're getting the downloads. This is a gift. You're going through an awakening. This is fucking powerful. So yeah, the journey might feel uncomfortable, but you know what? Don't just do it to get to recovery. Enjoy the journey as well, because you are learning some golden nuggets that are priceless. And when you get out of it, trust me, you're going to be vibrating differently than everybody else around you. You're going to be vibrating high. And not to sound like, I don't want people that get egos or nothing, but sometimes you can't help it. You're thinking, man, people just don't know. They're still asleep. I feel like I'm in a special group. I'm a unicorn. I have this knowledge, this experience. And I see the world differently. And you will too. You know what? Think of it this way. You are like one of the chosen ones, one of the lucky ones that gets to go through this journey. Instead of saying, why me? Why? Say, why not me? Fuck, I'm lucky. I'm lucky I've been chosen to do this. And you're fucking lucky. You won the lottery, man. And I know it doesn't seem like it. So enjoy the journey and learn everything you need to learn along the way. Because that's the point. They're all lessons along the way that get you to that level. So don't waste it. Stick to it, because the brain will have no choice but to change. And please, if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and share. Share it to your groups. Put it on your wall, because this helps me grow. And this helps me bring awareness to the mind-body space so we can change people's lives, so they can get their lives back. Spread the word. Appreciate it. Thank you.